Alla, and welcome to my Easy Kitchen for Hamilton City Magazine. Okay, I have a question for you. Are you ready to start spring? So our dish today is pasta alla primavera, which means springtime pasta. Look at this bounty of vegetables, and I just can't wait until it's all local vegetables. Right now, a few of those are local, but you know what? It's still gonna be delicious. So we have a lot of work to do. Not that it's really that hard, but we're gonna chop up a lot of these vegetables, and I don't know that I could really pick and choose. I think I might just do all of them. Okay, a little stinging in the eyes. The first thing that I did was put the pasta pot on. So you know dinner is ready in about 20 minutes when you put the pasta pot on first. So I can hear that it's starting to boil, and I've chopped up all these beautiful vegetables. The zucchini were very tender, but see the little seeds in there? Sometimes they go a little bit too soft, so I took them off. And how soft you like your vegetables? You know, I think in the Italian household, vegetables are never tender crisp, never, unless they're raw. So these are gonna be done pretty soft, but you decide on your own what you like to do. And I really love the taste of green onions in this. We're gonna add those at the very end because I don't want those too soft. And if you have some vegetables in the fridge that maybe, well, let's say they're looking a little sad, this is a perfect dish for that, because you just chop away the part of the vegetable that, you know, is past its prime. That's what I did with these green onions. I had to just peel them away. I want to show you the first sign of spring in Southern Ontario. Look at this. We've got asparagus. So when you're picking out your asparagus, make sure it's a very vibrant green. Here's the purple asparagus. These ones here are green. And that the tips here are nice and tight. They're not slimy. They're nice and firm. I bought these yesterday, and I had them in a little bit of water, and you saw the bag on top, and that's how I store them in the fridge. So how do you clean an asparagus? I've already washed these because they do grow in the dirt, and you want to wash them well. So there's an end here that can be very woody. And so if you're eating it, it could get a little bit fibrous in your mouth. So what you do is you snap like that, and it'll snap right at the perfect spot. So, you know, you're not gonna line them all up and just chop because you're going to miss that perfect spot. And you hear the snap? There we go. That tells you how fresh it is, okay? So these ones here, you could save those and then maybe put them in a vegetable stock. So I'm gonna clean up a few more, but these ones here, I don't know, should I cut them in half? Okay, let's cut those in half because they might be a little bit big. And I have some parsley we're going to add later, and I've got some fresh spinach. I had here this red carrot. I thought that might be interesting. I might just peel that and put that in the pot as well. Okay, I think it's time to go to the stove. So the pasta is in, and I just checked the package, and it said we have 13 minutes. 13 minutes to put this together. So that's extra virgin olive oil, and I have maybe 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. If garlic bothers you, then you don't need to use it. Or you can just use a few cloves of garlic to flavor the oil and then take them out. But I love garlic, and it's gonna add so much flavor to this dish. Okay, so with all these vegetables, I'm going to look at which ones need more cooking. So I'm gonna add the peppers, and I'm not gonna fuss too much about it. If you know a couple of other vegetables get in there, I'm not gonna really worry about it. It's all gonna be so good. Let's get the onions in there, the mushrooms. Got some more onions over here. Isn't that beautiful? So colorful. Let's get the zucchinis in there. Oh, I think I lost one. Okay, what the heck? I'm gonna put them all in. Keeping an eye on my pasta, of course. There we go. We're gonna give this a little stir. So how cooked do you want your vegetables? You decide. I certainly want them soft and flavorful. So to speed up the cooking, I'm going to put a lid on and just make sure it doesn't burn. I love that sound. It means that dinner is probably about 10 minutes away. So I'm salting generously. I love using sea salt. I think it has more flavor. And then I've got some dried oregano. So you can buy the dried oregano that, comes already ready to pour. But when you rub it between your palms like this, it seems to have much more flavor. And of course, some black pepper. And shall we make it spicy? Do you feel like adding some spice? Okay, let's see what we can add. Look, it says Dia and Zia. So my nephew made this for me. So these are peppers from my garden that he dried. And they are very spicy. I don't know. Do you think that's enough? More? What do you think? More? Okay. Will is telling me more. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, we're going to give that a little stir. And if you find that it's cooking a little bit too fast, and maybe the vegetables are burning, then what you can do is get a little bit of that beautiful pasta water. That adds flavor from the starch and the salt. How much salt do you add on in your pasta pot? It's supposed to taste like the sea. There we go. We're going to give this maybe 3-4 more minutes. We're going to add the green onions and the asparagus, and we'll bring it all together. Don't forget to taste your food. Oh, so good. So we've left the asparagus, green onions, and spinach to the last part here, because they won't take long to cook. I'm going to give this a little toss. Okay, shall I try it? Okay, here we go. What's the worst thing that can happen? Okay, here we go. Ah. Oh, there we go, not bad. There, look at that. I did it. So the pasta is al dente. It's actually even a little bit before al dente. It means it's not cooked quite yet, but I'm going to lift it out of the water. And I'm using a spider here, and I'm not really minding if there's a little bit of the water, because it's that starchy water that's going to help emulsify with a little bit of the fat that's in the pot. We're going to give this a little toss. We'll probably end up adding a little bit more of the water. Good thing I used a big pot. I tend to have way too many vegetables, but that's okay. Makes it even better. Little drizzle of oil. So what you're looking for is a sauce to thicken. See that liquid in there? So we want that to thicken up a little bit. Actually, we're gonna add just a little bit more because that is a huge pot of pasta and vegetables. There we go. Okay, so for the next minute or two, I'm just gonna keep stirring and tossing and creating that nice sauce. Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. I lost one, oh well. And just gonna add just a little bit more oil. Remember, it's the oil that gives it so much flavor in this sauce. And while I have it on the stove, I'm going to add the cheese. So this is Parmigiano Reggiano. Look at this beautiful chunk of cheese. See, there's hardly any left, and it's thicker. Yeah, perfect. Okay, dinner is ready. Okay, I think I'm getting a little bit of a facial here. All right, look at that. You could even just bring the whole pot to the table and call it a day. All right, of course, I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese. This adds so much flavor and creaminess to it. Oh, so delicious. We didn't even chop up parsley, so you're gonna pretend, okay? Just pretend that I've chopped this up. I'm gonna just tear it like this. Ah, can you see? We've got so much steam there. Okay, we're gonna give this a quick change. They need a spoon. So I have a beautiful salad here to serve as a side, but look at all the vegetables that you have in this meal. And if you're watching your carbs, just add more vegetables. There we go. You know, in Italy, they don't watch carbs. Okay, so I could add a little bit more cheese, but I just can't wait. So I'm gonna try the pasta. This pasta is called strozzapreti, which means, break the pre-snack. I don't like that. But anyway, you can look that up and figure out what the myth is. But that is gonna be way too hot. I'm gonna just try a little bit. Here we go. Wow. Oh my goodness, you can taste all the vegetables in that light, creamy sauce. Oh, so delicious. You've got to make this for your family and friends. They're going to be so impressed. Pasta alla primavera. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all your kind comments of the past shows. For Hamilton City Magazine, I'm Marisa and Alla. We'll see you next time.
Marisa's Easy Kitchen is made possible with the support of Nardini's Specialties. You simply must come in for the Nardini's experience.